GM, G Mission, G Mod, G Reward. This is Paradigm Live, the weekly place to catch up on all things CyberBrokers. I'm Mike, your community manager and friendly leftover.
And I'm Brianna. You might know me as Lady Diamond Hands. I help with lore, marketing, and operations here at CyberBrokers.
And welcome back. And we missed a milestone.
Yes, I know, you were just messaging me about it. I didn't even realize.
It flew by. This is episode 22 of Paradigm Live.
Yeah, it's a lot of weeks. 22 weeks. Paradigm Live is crazy.
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, let's get into it. So, if you're not familiar with what CyberBrokers is,
yes. So here at CyberBrokers, we're a metaverse-native media and entertainment company, and we're working on bringing an entire universe to life called Paradigm Lost through our beautiful collectibles, our content, and our engaging interactive experiences. We just wrapped up one version beta missions, which we're going to chat about that all today. So you can kind of, if you're new here, get an idea of what we just did, and maybe tease a little bit about what's coming next for that.
Yeah, a little tease. I like that.
Yes.
If you're not familiar, make sure to check out our website, cyberbrokers.com. Also, make sure to follow us on Twitter, cyberbrokers with an underscore. And we need to update this section here. So last year was CyberBrokers, the collection. This year is Genesis Mechs, and now in Q4 coming is Mech Mods. We need to work on names, because I've noticed every name we pick has an alliteration issue. Let's try Runway Rave.
I know, the Runway Rave. We definitely had, I think we were having fun with that until we had to say it out loud. But we're typing it all the time, and we're like, this is great.
And so I just noticed it's Genesis Mech Mods, and it's we're getting that same thing going there. Okay, so make sure to check out website, cyberbrokers.com, Twitter, cyberbrokers with an underscore, and follow us. Let's get into what we're going to talk about today. Events this week, as always. We're going to get to what everyone wants to know. What is the result of version beta rewards? We're going to touch on what comes next, and then a quick reminder on the Mona Shorts Festival. So this week, kind of a calm week. We have office hours, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Central tomorrow, Tuesdays. We have game night, 8 p.m. on Wednesday Central Time. Come try to kill your favorite team members, CyberBroker team members, in a game of Among Us. We need to get you there for that.
I know. I've actually never played Among Us in my entire life. So I just live vicariously through everyone in Discord and on Slack for our team, everyone chatting about it. So
yeah, so I think that's a good point. It's really easy to pick up. A game lasts maybe 10 minutes. It's just basically hide and seek with a little strategy in it. Okay, and then we've got Metaverse field trips. I don't know if people showed up on Tuesday or on Sunday to Eclectic Methods Grifter World. That was pretty cool to see. The huge CyberBroker that I think Neon Glitch owns there. I like Cyber. I'm just catching this one. Saying it out loud made me sound like Scooby for a sec. Yep. So keep looking for those. We're going to be doing more of those on a weekly basis. And let's pop into it. So there are two parts to version beta rewards. You want to cover the first one?
Yes. So we were super excited for everyone who completed version beta. They get inaugural pieces in our new mech mod collection. So these are exclusive mech mods. They were designed specifically for version beta. You will only ever be able to get these for completing version beta. So we're really excited to give these really special pieces to people who worked with us over these past 8 weeks on version beta.
Yep. And claimable in Q4 of this year when the mech mod collection launches. Yes. And then the second part is a mech part bundle. which you will be able to claim. I'm just going to say this month. I think we're in August now, even though it's the last day of July.
Yes, almost there.
Yeah. So a little more details. CyberBroker Mech Mods coming in Q4 2023. As Brianna mentioned, visually stunning 3D assets. You've seen mechs, so you can kind of know what to expect with mech mods, right?
Yes. These all have the same quality, same art, amazing art quality, and yeah, we're just so excited to grow our mech collection. I think it's going to be really great. I think you're going to love the other mech mods you'll start seeing as well.
Yep. They will enhance the abilities of your Genesis mechs, both in the CyberBrokers universe and through gamification. And of course, usable outside the CyberBrokers universe, in 3D worlds.
Yes, we're excited that you can use these, on other 3D avatars. So use these on all of your assets. And again, I think these are just going to add to the amazing styles we unveiled with mechs. It's even another way to customize these to your liking.
And creation. I mean, they're going to come with 3D assets, that you have access to. So looking forward to seeing what people do with that as well.
Yes.
Watching people with the mechs has just been amazing, but we'll talk more about that in what's next. So, key message: FOMO now. The mech part bundle. We wanted to give a little additional reward for those who played. Some extra parts to do things with. Especially with disassembly coming up. Maybe some more options for people. So it will be multiple parts. That consist of revealed mech parts and afterglow.
Yes.
Okay. So let's wrap this section up. The snapshot is today in just under an hour. We'll be processing the snapshot this week because it's not a table type of reward system. We need to grab the snapshot, what everyone has, and then run it through the calculations to figure out where everyone falls as far as tiers. Kind of a similar, we need to do some processing for the mech parts rewards as well. So you'll get more details on that next week, but we can share the results. Should we do that?
Yes, we're really excited. This was a cool mechanism, I think, where we let players of version beta, based on how they did in their kind of group faction competitions, they got to vote on which of the 3 mech mods they wanted to win for their faction. So I think this was cool and exciting. I know on the back end we were checking the votes and seeing where everyone would land. So this was cool, like giving people the power to choose like what they wanted.
And these are some of the things we loved exploring this season. Factions in general. There was groups last season, but they weren't like consistent groups, right?
Yes.
And I think we loved seeing the idea that people kind of bonded together and had some camaraderie and a little competition as well.
Yes.
I feel like I should delay for 5 more minutes just to make them wait.
Let's show it. Or I think it worked out really cool. Yeah.
Okay, let's get to it. Go ahead, Brianna.
Yes. So this was so interesting to see. So Wayfarer Bureau, they came in first. They got first choice. So they chose Inkwell. Blew all the other ones out of the water. So yeah, 62% of people voted for Inkwell. So if you're in the Wayfarer Bureau, you'll getting one of the 3 colors of those beautiful wings with the eyes on them. Shepherds of Saleya came in second, but they got their first choice. So they got Abyssia. So again, you'll get one of the 3 colorways of those beautiful crystalline wings. And then the winner's circle, it ended up they got their first choice too, and they got Wasteland. So the slime goo backpacks. So it worked out that everyone ended up getting what their first choice was, which on our end was really exciting for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah, so let's back up and talk about this. So
yes.
when factions, the 3 factions were set up, they each kind of had a very specific vibe
Yes.
to them.
Yeah, something that we really love about the universe we've created here at CyberBrokers is that it's a digital metaverse, which means that these different worlds that you can go to can have very different and unique styles and vibes, and they're not constrained by rules of physics. So this is kind of one of the first times we really were kind of blowing out our universe and expanding it. So we wanted to go with 3 very different aesthetics and vibes and very different, like how I guess you'd operate in these worlds. So like Abyssea was underwater. You kind of go, only direction kind of goes down. And then we had Wasteland, which is kind of kooky, chaotic, all over the place, post-apocalyptic.
Yep.
And then Inkwell was this kind of like light academia, more like logical, cerebral place. So like less combat, more like puzzles, like, figuring out, secret passageways. So we went with these 3 distinct aesthetics. One, because for the art, we were very big on art. The art we thought would be really great. And story-wise too, we thought, we could tell 3 very different stories in these 3 different places.
Yeah, and the matching too, so it wasn't just the worlds and the stories, but it's how they aligned with the factions.
Yes. So if you've kept up with our stories, if you haven't, we have 3 stories from at the book end of our version beta. Each one takes place in one of these universes, and each one highlights each one of our factions. And as we were developing these worlds, we were also thinking about, okay, which faction would fit into each of these worlds, and like, does it make sense? And it's funny because when the factions came down to voting, each of the factions ended up voting for the world that we ended up picking.
Yeah. I still can't believe that. Well, I can't believe we didn't have a faction pick something another faction was going to get.
Yes.
And then B, that it aligned so perfectly to the faction vibe.
Yes. Which, like, as someone who's worked on like the lore and the factions, like, it was like really kind of fun to see, because I was like, okay, like, we created these 3 factions which had very different kind of personalities and ethos, and then had created these 3 worlds that kind of fit into these ethos. And then, I mean, our community must have sorted themselves very well into these factions, because they all resonated, I guess, with these worlds. And then again, the art team as well for developing these, mech mods to fit the world so perfectly. It was just cool to see like that the personalities of the factions really did fit with how like we thought they would fit into the worlds. And it was from a internal end, it was exciting when the votes came in. I was like, crazy.
I was watching it over the weekend, and it looked like it was heading that way, and I was like, how is this possible? And then over the weekend, the numbers accentuated and kind of extended that lead for each one, and I was like, oh my gosh, well, it works out great, right? It makes everyone happy. That's the other part that's really cool.
Yeah, like, obviously, I mean, the idea of the faction competitions was you get your first choice, and that's the spoils to the winner, but it works out great that everyone got to get what they wanted. So very excited for you to get your hands on these.
Yep.
These will be, you'll be able to claim these right before the game and when the rest of the mech mod collection goes live. Again, these are free, you've won these, but you'll get to claim them, and then you'll get to check out the rest of our mech mods that we've been working on, which is really exciting.
Yep. So let's answer this one. No special bonus for winning faction competitions? And the answer is yes, you got to pick first, so you got what you wanted.
It just so happened that everyone kind of picked individual ones, but the idea was we wanted the winner. Say like 2 factions really wanted the Inkwell wings. If you came in first, then you got that first claim and you got Inkwell wings, and then the second place person would have to pick their second choice.
Yep.
So it worked out that everyone wanted different things.
Yeah, Ballistic's got a great point here. Can't wait to hear someone say he slimed me.
Yeah, the creating these was really fun, and if you like, I can't wait for you to see the 3D. You got to see the Inkwell wings in Hyperfy, but when you see these in 3D and you get to kind of inspect them and again, the details you expect from all CyberBrokers assets are in all of these as well. And I think,
Well, you know what? Actually, that's right. Let's show that video again. Let me see if I can do that here. I think it's this one. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's show it, because that's right. We did show it last week, but let's preview it again.
Yeah, like the colors, the textures.
These, I love the abstractness of these.
Yeah, and I think, again, you'll see we have a lot of fun things up our sleeves for the other mods, but they all feel very different and unique. And again, like everything from CyberBrokers, everyone is a piece of art. So yeah, the wings are just so cool.
They each have a very distinctive look. That's the other thing I like.
Yes. So yeah, while the crystal wings are a little more abstract, then we have the detailed eyes, and then of course the slime backpack. I mean,
well, and then the details. The people weren't noticing the details until we showed this last week. Because I mean, you can't really see under and the sides and.
Yeah, it was like with the mechs when you kind of got to go in and see the little scratches and dents and graffiti. Expect all that from these as well. So yeah, we have a lot of really awesome other stuff we can't wait to show you down the road. But I think these are a perfect taste of what you can expect.
Yep. We can say this, right?
Yeah. So Glob, who worked on the mechs with us, they are working on these mech mods with us as well. So again, that's how we know that they're going to be just as beautiful and amazing as our mechs. Yeah, we're really excited to launch this next collection with you.
Yep.
This, and we'll talk about these on the next slides, but we've learned a lot from version beta and had a lot of fun, I know, internally. So.
And I think let's touch on this too. So I think we're going to leave factions around until the next version.
Yes. So again, we've been already hard at work on what's coming next for CyberBrokers, but I think again, like we've said, we've loved seeing people in factions and have seen how people really resonate with them. So I think we'll keep those around, and again, keep working in your Hyperfi worlds and hanging out in your chats. But
we may run some fun faction-based activities that are less formal before Q4. Because yeah, the factions, everyone loves their factions.
Yeah, and I think one of our goals is, again, like community is so big here at CyberBrokers, and factions were a way, again, to kind of meet maybe new people and get to chat with other members of the community you might not have before, bring in new people to the community. So yeah, we want to make sure you still get to chat and hang out with everyone you've got to meet over the past 8 weeks.
Yep. People are catching up on who got what. This is good.
Yes.
Okay. Let's keep moving. So wanted to give you a little feedback on the feedback. So it was generally positive feedback. We'll be going through all the details, just like we did with the November survey, and both the input from last year and the input from now will directly impact the game to some degree. I think we already kind of had some of that already as we approached watching it live.
Yes.
But the direct comments you provided were awesome. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay, so what is next? Do you want to take the first part?
Yes. So like we mentioned, Q4 of this year, 2023, our mech mod collection, the full collection, will go live. Again, your version beta exclusive pieces, you're only going to be able to get those from version beta. So these will not be for sale as part of this collection. You'll get to claim these when that collection goes live. And then as long as you own a Genesis mech, you'll be able to buy other pieces in this collection. And then once that collection goes live, our fun CyberBrokers game will also be going live as well, because the mech mods will, again, as we've mentioned, provide in-game utility and in that game. So we're really excited for Q4 and to bring you into the next experience we're launching at CyberBrokers.
And I think we should probably back up a little bit too, because again, for framing, we tend to be focused on what's now and what's coming. But if you look back at last year, we called version alpha last year for a reason. We're calling version beta this for a reason. The next is going to be the culmination of all of those things and all of your feedback. So don't expect the game to be what was last year. Don't expect the game to be what was version beta. Expect it to take pieces of that and spin it into a more permanent method is probably a good way to say it.
Yes, the idea behind this game is, again, which we've explored a little bit with version beta, but not time sensitive. You don't have to show up, Mondays at a specific time to compete. And again, we're still tying into like the things you loved about version beta, like those things we're incorporating to this game. We're leaving behind things that people didn't love. And yeah, I think we're really excited. I think that this has been a culmination of over a year now, maybe a year and a half of quest submissions and
yeah. So there's been lots of thought and processing and frankly development on it already. So I think the other thing to keep in mind is, I think we can state, it will not be a Discord-based game.
Yes, we know that was a big piece of feedback. And again, version beta, we were, again, testing out a lot of things and seeing what sticked and what didn't. So yeah, this will not be a Discord-based interactive game. So you'll be able to play this without having to do all of that Discord connecting.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Exactly. And I think Discord was just an easy way for us to implement a bunch of things quickly that we wanted to try out while we were waiting for the real thing, which is the full version of a game. Okay. Is there anything else we need to state on the game or MechMod collection?
I don't think so. Again, if you have questions, you can drop them in. Again, we'll see what we can say. But yeah, we're excited for this next phase.
I think
mods to the test.
Yeah, I think probably I forgot to put this in the slide, but if you went back to the original like AMAs and the roadmaps, I think you'll find pieces of what's being talked about here. And it's probably also good to state, we're not talking about a AAA 3D download client game. That's, Josie has said from the beginning, that's not what we are creating.
Yes.
You will find us in other games like Nifty Island, and others, but we are not creating our own game like that.
No, it'll still be very fun and just as cool and just as beautiful.
Interactive, yeah. We're going to focus on the interactive part of it.
Yes. Again, this is tailored to our community, so we're excited to make it special for our CyberBrokers in Mexico.
Okay, so what's coming between now and then? I think we want to explore more as a community. I think we've seen the excitement of everyone, getting to equip their mechs, use their mechs in worlds, use their 3D assets in different creative ways. So I think, we have, there's already been a bunch of conversations about like creating escape rooms, in like, especially Inkwell is a perfect place for an escape room. CBGB and a few others have been off playing with vehicles and racetracks, and let's see if we can grab the Lost Paradigms assets. So we have CyberBroker ISK vehicles, driving through the strip. So I think this is where we're planning on spending time between now and Q4, is exploring with the community on ideas and seeing how we can implement them. and also Pixel Brokers. I think we need to come back. There'll be an update on Pixel Brokers we'll announce soon as well. Okay. Bring any ideas you have to the weekly office hours, or use the Commons channel in Discord under creators. Post ideas there.
Yes. Just a reminder, we do have a community fund here. So if you have any great ideas to use, again, we have our 3D mech assets. We're going to have these mech mods coming out. We have, this 3D world in Hyperfy. We have our Pixel Brokers. We have all these amazing tools. So if you have an idea, if anything from version beta sparked, something in your imagination, or you've met people in our Discord and you guys have something you want to work on, weekly office hours are a great place to go chat with Mike. And again, we have funds that, we can help bring your idea to life if you want to.
Exactly. And I think we'll get some use out of that between now and Q4. Maybe if it's just simply to enable people to explore at the beginning. Okay. So other questions about this? Let's continue the conversation in Discord. We have one final reminder. The Mona Shorts Fest is still going on. There is still prizes. And more importantly, there's opportunities to learn about how to create in 3D worlds. Mona's putting on all these great workshops. I think it's a great opportunity for CyberBroker holders to attend and just learn more about each of these worlds.
Yes. We're super excited to be, amping up this thing for Mona. We've done a lot of cool things with Mona. So we know our community is creative. So this is another outlet to be creative and maybe win something.
Exactly. And I love that they're putting this on and making this available, because as we've seen in version beta, half of what we need to do is help people learn how to use these. Each world has its own little different idiosyncrasies, and sometimes just even pulling your 3D assets into the world. It's just until you've seen it and done it a couple times. So I think Mona providing the opportunity for more learning of how to use their tools is awesome experience.
Yes. Lots of fun things. And again, we've got some other things coming up exciting in Q4. But thanks for hanging with us for the past 8 weeks and exploring the beta world. It's been so exciting.
Absolutely. I hope everyone had fun. If you have more feedback about version beta, pop it in Discord, and we're happy to chat.
Yeah. Thank you.
We're done, right?
Yeah. End of version beta officially. Congrats, everyone.
And Paradigm Live 22,
Mm-hmm.
done and out.
Yes.
Bye, everyone.